Bro, if you don't put down that fucking vape mod right now, I bet you're taking a hit from it right now, huh? You're probably hitting a puff bar, some kind of jewel, or maybe a flume. Or if you're really down bad like I was, I bet you have a big ass mod that you can rip fat clouds from that keeps track of how many times you hit it throughout the day, and you take the tank out and you can replace it with the juice so you can hit it again, or you have to replace the coil. You might even have a kit. I bet you have a kit with new coils, don't you? You gotta stop, man. It took me like 2 years to realize how bad that vaping and smoking was for my body. I would be on breaks at work. We would go outside, take hits. Everybody, literally all of my coworkers had vapes. So we would go outside on our breaks, take like a 10-minute break. We're just ripping it, blowing some fucking smoke out into the air. And when you're surrounded by people that vape or smoke, that makes it 10 times harder to quit, okay? I went from buying mods to buying the disposable puff bars and like disposable flumes. I would be mindlessly hitting it on my way home from work. I'd be in my car at a fucking stoplight, just be like, crack open the window a bit so the smoke can go out. And I didn't even realize how many times I was hitting that shit. Okay? That shit is fucking terrible for you. Or I used to be at home playing video games with my friends and I'd unconsciously take a hit from the fucking vape again, blow a fat cloud of smoke into my whole fucking room. You gotta realize how bad this looks. Like, if you were a person that didn't smoke and you looked at yourself, you'd be like, holy fuck, you're addicted. It's an addiction. It was an addiction. Admit to yourself that it's an addiction, and that's the first step that you can do to stop doing it. Oh man, and to make it even worse, I would wake up first fucking thing in the morning, I grab my vape, get a fat head rush. The first thing I do when you wake up, holy shit, you are down bad. I was down bad. Alright, you gotta stop this shit. So it's gonna be super unrealistic to go from vaping every day like you have been now to stopping completely tomorrow, right? So what it's gonna be, this isn't gonna be the answer that you're looking for because you want to fucking quit now, you want that easy route. That's not what it's gonna be. What it's gonna be is you slowly vaping less and less for the next couple months and maybe even a year, okay? You're going to slowly vape less every week, every day, and then eventually you're not even going to want it anymore. That's what happened to me, right? A book that actually made me realize what I was doing after I did it is Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you're into self-improvement, you've probably heard of this book. It's like one of the #1 selling books right now. I read this like a couple months ago. I'm not going to go into every detail about the book. I'm just going to kind of summarize the points that I took away from it and try to help you out to stop this fucking addiction that you have. But if you want to go more into building habits and breaking bad ones, I highly suggest that you read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. So a key thing that you can do to break this smoking habit is by setting up a system to where you don't have to smoke at all. Stop going to the vape store on your way home from work or wherever and buying a vape. I haven't been to a vape shop in like, I don't even know, half a year. I quit like the beginning of the year. To make it extremely easy for you is to not even be around a vape in general. If you have a ton of vapes in your room, okay, I'm not gonna be like throw them out like all these other fucking YouTubers that'll say, okay, if you throw them away, you're obviously gonna go buy a fucking another one. You're gonna be realistic with yourself and you're gonna say, I'm going to hit this vape less than I usually do on a daily basis. It might actually help if you have a number counter, okay? So that way you can kind of see that you're actually hitting it less. It's going to be really fucking hard to consciously remind yourself that you want to hit it less and stop mindlessly hitting it like on your way to work or at your desk or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, if you're around people that vape, if your coworkers vape or your friends vape or smoke, it's gonna be even more hard. It's gonna be even harder. If I was still around people that did that, I admit, if I was still around people that did that all the time, I would probably take some hits. I'm not even gonna lie, okay? But I'm not around people anymore that always take a hit or always have a vape on them, okay? So I physically can't take one even if I wanted to. I'd have to go to the store, which I'm not gonna fucking do, alright? Do the best that you can do to get yourself away from a cigarette or a vape. And constantly, if you have one, I'm not gonna say throw it out. I'm not gonna say throw it out because that's eventually what you're going to get to, okay? You're going to slowly hit it every day. You're going to mindfully remind yourself, okay, I'm going to try to hit it for maybe 1 time an hour or 5 times an hour. You're going to slowly decrease the amount that you hit it every day, okay? And what you want is to eventually get it down to 0 or to a point where you don't even want it anymore, which is currently where I am at, okay? I went from hitting that shit every fucking day on my way to work, on my desk, in my car. I'd bring it out on a night out with my friends. I'd be hitting it, okay? And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm never going to vape or smoke again. I probably will, but I'm not going to go out and buy like a pack of cigarettes or buy my own vape to smoke on my own free time. Like, I'm going to do these things very sparingly, in moderation, to the point where I'm not addicted to them anymore, okay? You want to get to that point where you slowly decrease it. Okay, stop looking for these like instant fucking quitting videos. There's no such thing, alright? If you threw out your vape today, you're going to have some fucking extreme withdrawals and you're just going to go out and buy another vape. So take it slowly. You need to build a habit of breaking your bad habit, okay? So good luck.